Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Omosi Mary Jane. In today's video, I'm going to teach us about the functions of the noun. In one of my previous videos, I explained to us about the parts of speech, and I'll be linking the video in the description below so that you can also see it if you are yet to see it. But in order for us to refresh our memory, I will explain to us what a noun is before telling us about the functions of the nouns. So before we go on to the video, I'd like to appreciate you for supporting this channel, subscribing to this channel, watching my videos. Thank you very much. And please, if you are yet to subscribe, please kindly subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification button so whenever I post a video, you'll be notified. Thank you very much for following up with this channel. So in explaining the noun, a noun traditionally refers to a name of a person, animal, place, or things. It refers to people, objects, creatures, places, qualities, phenomena, abstract ideas, as if they were all things. So we have examples of noun. We have John, we have pen, Nigeria, care, love. Then we have nature. So let's quickly go into the functions of the noun. So the functions of the noun, and when we talk about the functions of the noun, we are talking about what the noun is doing in the sentence. Okay, what the noun is doing in the sentence. That's basically what the function refers to. So we have different functions of the noun. We have different grammatical functions of the noun, such as the noun functioning as subject of the verb, object of the verb, object complement, subject complement, complement of prepositions. We have the noun functioning in a position. So we're going to be explaining this concept so that we can understand it better. So when we say subject of the verb, what do we mean? A noun functions as subject of the verb when a noun occupies the position, the first position in a sentence. If it's occupying the first position in a sentence, then we say that the noun is functioning as subject of the verb. Example, James is a brilliant boy. James is a brilliant boy. In this sentence, we can say that James is occupying the first position in the sentence and as such is the subject of the verb. And what verb is it the subject of? The subject of the verb is. So let's look at object of the verb. For object of the verb, when a noun functions as object of the verb, we are saying that the noun occurs immediately after the verb. So when a noun comes immediately after the verb, then we say that it's functioning as the object of the verb. In additional information, the noun functions as object of the verb when the noun receives the action of the verb. So a noun can be coming immediately after the verb, but it is not receiving an action. So the noun has to receive an action and it's coming immediately after the verb, then we can say that it's functioning as object of the verb. Example, James instructed Peter to sweep the class. Let's take note of Peter. We'll realize that Peter is coming immediately after the verb instructed. It's functioning as object of the verb instructed because it is Peter that is receiving the action of instruction. So for subject complement, we say that a noun is functioning as subject complement when it refers to the subject. If the noun refers to the subject, we say that the noun is functioning as subject complement. In this case, we cannot separate the noun from the subject. Example, Mr. James is a teacher. Mr. James is a teacher. Now, when we underline the word teacher, we will see that teacher is not different from Mr. James. So we can say that the word teacher is functioning as a subject complement because it is not different from teacher. The next function of the noun is that it functions as object complement, or we can say that it functions as an indirect object. An example, we have Peter gave James a book. The next function of the noun is that it functions as complement of preposition. When we say complement of the preposition, we are saying that the noun comes immediately after a preposition. When a noun comes immediately after the preposition in a sentence, then we say that the noun functions as complement of that preposition. Example, she comes to school once a week. She comes to school once a week. Underline the word school. You will find out that school is coming immediately after the word to, which is a preposition. In this case, we will say that the noun school is functioning as complement of the preposition to. A noun also can also function in apposition. When we say the noun is functioning in apposition, it means that the noun is explaining more about a particular noun used in a sentence. For instance, Mr. James, my teacher, is a kind man. In that sentence, Mr. James, my teacher, is a kind man, you will find out that my teacher is explaining more about Mr. James and can as well be done away with if and the sentence will still be correct and okay. So my teacher in that sentence explaining more about Mr. James is functioning in apposition to Mr. James because it's explaining more about Mr. James. So these are the functions of the nouns, and it is good for us to know that the functions of the noun also applies to the pronoun because as we all know, we use the pronoun in place of a noun. You know, like I said, the pronoun has the same grammatical function as the noun. Object of the verb, subject complement, object complement, and complement of preposition. Example of the pronoun functioning as subject of the verb is she teaches English language. So when we underline she is functioning as subject of the verb because it is coming before the verb teaches. Example of a pronoun functioning as object of the verb is the child slapped himself. The child slapped himself. Underline himself in that sentence, himself is functioning as object of the verb slapped. So for subject complement, we have example like the house is his. Underline his, we'll find out that you cannot separate the subject house from his. Hence, his refers to the house and we can say that it completes the meaning of the house, and in such case it is functioning as subject complement. So we have example of the pronoun functioning as object complement. The pronoun functions as object complement when it occurs immediately before the direct object of the sentence. Example, you gave me yours yesterday. Complement of the object from the above example is me. So when you underline me functions as object complement to yours. Number 5 and the last, complement of preposition. A pronoun functions as complement of preposition when it follows a preposition in a sentence, just like the case of the noun. The case was referred to him. When you underline him in that sentence, him is functioning as complement of the preposition to. So this is where I'll be ending the video for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I want to believe that you learned from the lesson. So if you have any question, you have any contribution, do well to drop it at the comment section. And if you have watched up to this point and you're here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notification button so that whenever I post a video, you'll be notified. Thank you very much and see you in my next video. Bye.